The attempt. St. Michael's Day, the 19th of February, 1937, dawned a bright, sunny morning in the thin air of the high Ethiopian plateau as Benito Mussolini's viceroy, Marshal Rodolfo Graziani, prepared to preside over a great public gathering at the Grand Palace of Emperor Haile Selassie, elect of God, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. The destitute of the capital city of fascist occupied Ethiopia were each to receive 2 Maria Theresa thalers to celebrate the birth of His Royal Highness Vittorio Emanuele, Prince of Naples. Early risers among the residents of Emperor Menelik's royal capital made their way to worship at the church of Yeka Mikael on the outskirts of the city, where 6 centuries earlier the sovereign's forefathers had labored to reproduce one of the great monolithic rock churches of the ancient kingdom. It is as if what was to be attempted at the palace that day was foreshadowed by the writings of the Holy Fathers. On this day is commemorated the glorious angel, Michael, the archangel, for on this day God sent him to Samson, the giant, and helped him until he conquered the Philistines. He blotted them out and in one day killed of them 100 with the jawbone of an ass. At 11 o'clock, there wasn't a cloud in the sky as the faithful flocked back to the city center to attend the feast of the new Philistines. Just a few months before, the medieval tranquility of Ethiopia had been shattered by the invasion that proved to be the prelude to the Second World War. The soldiers and black-shirted squadristi of Mussolini's civilizing mission, a vast, modern army spewing death, destruction, and terror, and raining poison gas from the skies on barefooted, defenseless villagers, their livestock and crops. Before long, and with the acquiescence of what were at the time known as the Great Powers, the monstrous machine had reached the gates of the city, the emperor had fled to exile, and the dreaded fascist occupation of Ethiopia had begun. Today, Ildus would show his magnanimity to 3,000 elderly and destitute thronging the grounds of the palace. There were exhortations from the viceroy glorifying the Duke of Fascismo. Then, shortly before the sun reached its zenith, the alms-giving began and the officials of the Governo General relaxed. Suddenly explosions rent the air, and one after another, the great lords of the new Roman Empire fell to the ground as missiles flung by unseen hands exploded among the dignitaries. The attempt to decapitate the high command of the world's first fascist occupying force failed. Though some officials were injured, none were killed. Nonetheless, terrified by imminent insurrection, the Italians panicked and opened fire. Mussolini's magnanimity had been ephemeral. It was the dark face of fascism that the people of Addis Ababa saw that day, for although within moments it was clear that the crowd of beggars, many aged and blind, posed no threat, they were cut down en masse with machine gun fire. There then followed throughout the city an orgy of murder, bloodlust, and mayhem on the part of the black shirts and fascist civilians that didn't abate for several days and was so devastating that this day the dead have never been counted. The events of St. Michael's Day triggered the infamous massacre of Addis Ababa, changed the course of the fascist occupation, boosted the resistance movement to hitherto unknown levels, and created one of the greatest legends of 20th century Ethiopia. But who was behind the plot? What really happened? Who carried it out, and why?